वेलकम बैक टू द एलएफसी पॉडकास्ट। हम काफी टाइम के बाद आ रहे हैं, बट सिंस इट यूरोस एंड वी आर ऑल इन द मिडल ऑफ international football, so we thought that we might just record a quick episode to let you guys know कि हमको क्या लगता है कि कौन जीतेगा इस यूरोपियन चैंपियनशिप्स में, कौन राउंड ऑफ 16 से ज्यादा आगे प्रोग्रेस करेगा, वगैरह वगैरह। विल आल्सो डिस्कस टॉप गोल स्कोरर्स, stuff like that. Joining me is Meet and Roshan from USA. रोशन का वहाँ पे बहुत रात है, इसलिए वो आज अपना कैमरा ऑफ करके हमारे साथ बात करने वाला है, बट we can still hear him anyway. So before we start with the predictions, I just want to know whom do you guys are personally supporting and rooting for the whole championships?
I am personally supporting Germany,
Yes.
but after initial rounds, I am thinking Italy are favorites to win it.
Yeah, Italy had a nice easy run in the group and they battered all the teams, played quite well. Yep.
And I don't think they have considered yet.
Yeah. So what about you, Roshan?
मेरा तो फेवरेट टीम इंग्लैंड है, तो आई विल रूट फॉर इंग्लैंड, बट आई गेस सेकंड फेवरेट टीम बोलूंगा, लाइक नॉट यूरोस बट जस्ट पर्सनल प्रेफरेंस, मैं नेदरलैंड्स के साथ है if
Oh, nice.
like England goes out, so
Yeah, मैं तो नेदरलैंड्स
नहीं,
फैन ही
but
हूँ.
so I think we have two Netherlands fan over here. But
Yeah.
Roshan, who do you think will win? मतलब ये
In general,
that
yeah.
sense, ग्रुप स्टेजेस के हिसाब से तो डेफिनेटली इटली,
Yeah,
I mean the way they have been playing, my god.
मतलब वही बात है, Italy comparatively have a easy run or easy round of 16 game against Austria, which we all are assuming that Italy जीतेगा, and even France have got a comparatively easier side in Switzerland, so maybe both of those teams are nailed down to qualify for the next round.
The thing is कि इटली ने पूरे क्वालिफायर्स में they only considered 2 goals.
Yeah.
And they have continued that form in the tournament as well. They are yet to concede.
Yeah.
And they have nice balance between attack, mid and defense.
Yeah.
Defense तो उनका पहले से ही rock solid है ही. And now they have good attackers and midfielders as well.
It is like, मैं वही बोलता हूँ कि ये it is a very un-Italian kind of side. Usually हम जब इटली सोचते हैं तब वो हमको नेस्टा, माल्डीनी, वो सब दिमाग में आते हैं, like rock solid at the back और काउंटर पे एक और दो गोल मार देते हैं. But this time it's डिफेंस तो अच्छे है ही, पर अटैकिंग थ्रेट भी उनका बहुत ही बेटर है. इमोबिले फॉर्म में, इंसिनिये, मैनुअल लोकाटेली, आई गेस. तो बैलेंस बहुत अच्छा है इटली का इस बार.
Yes.
Speaking of Italy, let's just do a quick team review. Like Roshan and Meet, who do you think will be the 3 players to look out for?
So if the tournament के हिसाब से before tournament it was suggested that Verratti, Barella and their defense,
Immobile. Okay.
These 3 would be important, but अब टूर्नामेंट के स्टार्टिंग में it was that के Verratti injured था. He came back now, but in that 2 matches Locatelli just grabbed the opportunity and now he looks a real deal.
Yeah.
So I think Nicolo Barella का कैसा I have not seen him play personally in the Italian league.
Yeah.
But so far he was the key player for Inter Milan as well, and he looks like a real player for Italy as well. So I think Locatelli and this Nicolo Barella, I would say two are at least key aspects of that. And third, I would say probably
Immobile.
More than Immobile, I think Berardi and Insigne are also in good form.
Yes.
But I would still go with Chiellini because he's the key guy who holds the defense. So I would say Chiellini.
So Roshan, do you think Italy are like too much reliant on an aging defense, or do you think that their balance is good enough for them to make it further into the tournament?
Aging defense. I mean, I haven't seen any signs of that until like at least group stages. Aging defense is a problem.
Yeah.
But again, like they haven't come across a team that can challenge them properly.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Probably after round of 16, they might have a tough fixture, and then we would be able to see. But again, these players, at least Chiellini has played many major tournaments. So I guess there is this confidence कि कुछ भी आएगा, हम लोग कर लेंगे.
नहीं. Yeah,
देख
that is
लेंगे.
true.
So I think they're first of all underdog. They have no, like, people do not have much expectations. At least coming into the Euros, कोई expectation था नहीं. So they are kind of overperforming. So I guess they might keep this momentum going, maybe.
Yeah. I guess another team that yeah, go ahead, Meet.
उसमें क्या है कि traditionally they always used to play BBC, Bonucci,
Balzarati and Chiellini.
Bonucci and this
Balzarati.
No, yeah.
Barzagli.
Barzagli. Sorry.
So it was traditionally always 3 at the back and
Yeah.
wings like Kandreva and all, and usually it was their key part was midfield and defense.
Yeah.
But this time with Mancini they have shifted to 4-3-3. But even
Yeah.
though with that Spinazzola and Florenzi are having a huge threat on the
Wing backs.
in the attack. Basically they are playing 4-3-3, but they are playing more of a like Klopp system, like Spinazzola and Florenzi.
Yeah.
Very attacking. Their midfielders are just staying back and protecting the defense.
Defense, yes.
So I keeping their identity. Italy are attacking very well with their fullbacks. Their strikers are in form. Their midfielders are good. Their defense has always been solid, and their wingers are also sound. So I think I don't see major. I so far I have not seen any weakness in Italy.
Makes sense because but like Roshan said, उन लोगों ने group stages में भी कुछ अच्छा competition face नहीं किया है. So maybe against like a good opposition, let's say in the semis and quarters, अगर expose होते हैं उनका aging defense, then we are not sure how they'll cope up.
So I would say none as of now for Italy.
Yeah,
at least.
So next, we are moving to another team who went unbeaten in their respective group, that is Belgium, winning 9 points in 3 games. And I guess Belgium are like reliable on Kevin De Bruyne and Romelu Lukaku.
Yeah, so I think those two names speak by themselves for players
Yeah.
to look out for.
Roshan, do you rate Eden Hazard this season?
Sorry. I don't think so. He has come. I guess I was reading a stat that he played 90 minutes after 19 months.
Yeah.
Yes.
So
that too in a dead rubber game.
Yeah.
Like Belgium were already qualified. Yeah.
And like Belgium is kind of relying on the class of their players rather than like having a particular gameplay.
Yeah.
Because I remember, I don't remember exactly which game when De Bruyne got substituted in, and then that is when they were able to break the lines and they were able to score.
The second game, yeah.
It was
second.
It was Denmark.
Yeah. The same.
Yeah, I guess Denmark won. So I think like Roberto Martinez के क्या tactics है, I'm not really sure because it is kind of haphazard. उसका team selection भी, like why would you want to keep a player like De Bruyne out? So
I think
Belgium has not convinced me. Like 2014 World Cup was when Belgium was crazy peak and everybody was like performing more than they should have.
True.
Right now they don't look like that team. So
yeah, I can see your point, Roshan, because unlike Italy, Belgium's defense is a worry, right? Is their weakness. Jason Denayer, I'm not sure he's
think that
capable
is
of
more.
playing. Yeah.
I think that is more of a manager's fault. Usne, I think he is playing Denayer and this
Vertonghen.
Boyata. I think,
Oh yeah.
no, Boyata and
De-
Denayer.
Yeah.
I think those two could not play. Instead, he could easily play Vertonghen, Vermaelen, and
Alderweireld.
this Alder, three at the back.
Yeah.
And he's going with more of a wingers, traditional wingers in wing backs. I think on the left wing, Chadli or Carrasco
Thorgan
is
Hazard.
playing, and on the right, they are playing Meunier or Castagne is injured, so he's a big base. So I think apart from De Bruyne and Lukaku, I would say their key player is Alderweireld because he holds the fort in defense.
Yes. So
Major, I would say their defense. I would still say their defense is aging defense, and it's not the same without company.
So
I would say.
I guess it's the same case as Manchester City. Like they will need time to adapt without their captain.
Yep.
Yeah. So I guess we will put defense and probably lack of good substitutes. Like they can replace if De Bruyne is injured or Lukaku is injured, they don't have a good replacement for them.
True.
And so there. Next is a team which I personally support, and another team that won all three of their group matches. It's Netherlands, coming back to an international tournament after 2014 World Cup. So like they missed two international tournaments on the bounce. I think Netherlands have been playing well. लोगों को doubt था Frank de Boer की tactics के ऊपर after his poor show in the Premier League with Crystal Palace, but I think he's proved himself that he can manage at the top level. I think Netherlands have been fantastic going forward, and it is like defensively they're still conceding 1 or 2 goals here and there, but that is understandable because they lack a solidarity in Virgil van Dijk. So maybe there is a big hole which is yet to be filled. But otherwise, what are your thoughts on Netherlands, Roshan and Meet both?
I think before the start of the tournament, my concern was where are the goals going to come from?
Yeah.
But so far they are comfortable in scoring. I think Gravenberch and Donny Malen, they are doing good job.
Yeah. Even Wijnaldum has like scored 3 goals this tournament. Like no one, like he's a threat, but no one expected him to play so further up the field that he would chip in with 3 goals this season.
I think it has happened in the past that for Netherlands he is playing number 10. So
yeah,
I was confident that Depay and Wijnaldum are going to score, but Weghorst and Donny Malen and this
Memphis Depay.
This Gravenberch, these three,
okay.
apart from Depay and Wijnaldum.
Yeah, Wijnaldum.
Those three have supported Wijnaldum and Depay well. So I think Wijnaldum and Depay are obviously two important players.
Ryan Gravenberch is one. Malen.
I think.
I think if you saw the round of 16 best 11, there was Dumfries as well.
Dumfries.
And
Yep.
Dumfries is like Dumfries is very similar to Trent. मतलब वो right wing पे he keeps on going forward. उसका कभी tracking back नहीं होता है, but probably I think Frank de Boer has given him the license not to come back and stay forward.
I think they are playing 3 at the back. They were missing De Ligt, and I think last match when De Ligt was playing, I think they look even comfortable in defense.
Yeah, so I think De Ligt, De Vrij and Timbers were the 3 at the back.
Timbers played or Blind played? I'm not sure who played.
No, I guess isn't Blind playing left wing back or is he left centre back?
He is the left centre back in the back three.
Oh, okay.
Left centre back. And
even 4-4.
Yeah, he's playing 3-4-2. 3-4-2.
Yeah.
So basically, De Vrij, De Ligt and Blind are playing centre back. Van Aanholt,
Dumfries,
Dumfries right and in midfield they are playing Derun and this
Graham
Van Derun.
Gravenberch.
Yeah, and ahead there is Depay. Ahead there is sorry, they are playing 3-4-1-2. Ahead there is Wijnaldum, and either ahead it is Depay or Weghorst or Depay or Donny Mal.
Donny Olmalan, yeah. Any
So it is-
weakness which comes to your mind? I guess still the defense is one of their weakest points.
Yep, but I think they have nice balance now. But if Delete stays fit, I think
Yeah.
3-4-1-2. They are playing 3-4-1-2. They have nice balance.
Yeah.
But
The other thing about at least Netherlands, I think it is helping Wijnaldum playing that advanced role is helping them more
Yeah.
yep,
because um even in Newcastle when he was scoring goals he used to play very like he used to be in the box. So
Yeah. He used to play a number 10 role. Yes.
so I think in a way as we were discussing, right, like we did not know where the goals would come from, and so he definitely has an eye for a goal, but it is like he's such a stark difference from when he plays for Liverpool and when he plays for Netherlands, just because his position is so much more advanced.
Yeah. Yeah.
True.
True.
Yeah.
I
Now
think
Netherlands looks like dark horse though. Like they might go until semi-finals, maybe.
I was
Possible.
going to come to that point because we'll just predict the table as well.
The
And
whole thing, yeah.
Yeah,
Take
and
it.
Netherlands have quite a easy run to semi-finals comparatively to other teams. Next, we come to Roshan, your team. We are talking about England now.
Yes.
Despite getting 7 points in the group and topping the table, they only scored 2 goals in the entire group stage,
Yeah.
and both of them came through Raheem Sterling. So I would like to start with Harry Kane. Meet, what is his problem? Why is he not looking like himself in this tournament?
I think he's playing much deeper than usual.
Yes.
So that's the one concern, and the another thing is the system that Southgate is playing. He is asking Kane to be more of a playmaker than a striker.
Yeah.
Another thing is
Go ahead.
Another thing is they were not playing Grealish. I think Grealish should have started all games. He looks really like a good player to have on the left wing. So personally, I would start Grealish and Sterling
Yes.
and Kane ahead in a 4-2-3-1.
Do you
But
do you agree with Southgate not starting Jadon Sancho?
No, I don't think so. At least from the run of form he has, he should be in the team.
But who
But
will
then-
he? Who will he replace?
I just question who should you leave out?
That is a question. Or he might have to tweak the system to have him fit.
Exactly.
Hmm.
So what are
Because
the
because
Go
the
ahead.
thing is Declan Rice and Phillips have nice balance in the midfield.
Yeah. So I guess Grealish is one of the players who we should definitely look out for in the round of 16 game against Germany. Who else? Is Raheem Sterling still
I
in your?
would say Sterling, obviously Sterling. I think he is system, so I think Sterling has to be there.
Yeah.
And still, I think that key player remains Kane because despite him not scoring, I think he is still the key player.
Yeah, true.
I think the other thing that I don't know, I'm not really sure. I might be just thinking, but
Yeah.
I feel like Kane has this pressure of being the England captain also.
Yeah, maybe. I do you
Possible.
think? Yeah, do you think he has that? He has this transfer stories back in his mind, like Manchester United, Man City. वो उसके दिमाग में चल रहा होगा? Do you think?
I
that
don't
can be
think
a-
so. No,
नहीं
because
ऐसा नहीं लग रहा, but I think I think he वो कैप्टन का प्रेशर और टूर्नामेंट का प्रेशर it is affecting
his
him a bit.
performance. Yeah.
Yep.
see the
So-
thing is,
Yeah.
the thing is, I don't know why Jordan Henderson is not a captain because I mean,
Yeah.
just look at Kane. He he first of all gets frustrated a little quickly when he's not able to like make a pass or when he is not able to finish.
Yeah.
And in that point of time you have to be able to compose yourself and at least help the team. So I haven't seen like Harry, like whatever England matches I've seen, he's not a very vocal captain or anything, so he does not have an influence. And the other problem with England, which has historically been, is everybody plays their own game.
Yeah.
Like I
That
remember
is always the case. Yeah.
I was watching this clip where Trippier was on right and Sterling just kept dribbling into the box. He was free for like 10-15 seconds. So that is the problem. Like they still are because of English Premier League, they don't gel, and that has always
Yeah.
been
True.
England's problem.
I guess that is one of the weakness. I think Harry Kane's form can be one of the weakness for England, right?
And the another thing is team selection from Southgate.
Yeah. And also, if you've seen lead up to Euros, England has played so many combinations of people.
Yeah.
Like
True.
any new, like you just go to like Southgate feels like the FPL managers who are like really new. The player who plays very nice, he just keeps it in the next game week and then they just flop. Like
Yeah.
that's how it feels like.
I,
So
I even saw Ben White playing center midfield against Austria in the
sometimes
warm-up game.
I just don't know whether Gareth Southgate knows his best 11. So
Yeah,
that is on another problem.
He doesn't. I think he
Yeah.
doesn't. I think he
Yeah.
doesn't know.
I think no one knows what England's best 11 is.
Because he's not picking the right players.
The right
constantly.
players, yeah,
Yeah.
that's the most important.
I think he picks players on reputation rather than form.
True.
But then I think he has done a really good job by keeping Calvin Phillips.
Sorry,
Yeah.
that's one.
Yeah, no problem.
Hello.
Can you mute your video, Amit? Roshan, let's move on to Germany
Yeah,
now,
sure.
whom England are going to face. I think we're running short of time at the moment, so we'll just run this quickly. I think Germany were incredibly lucky to first of all make it through to the last 16.
Yeah.
But do you think like I'm sure you are an England fan, so you must be hoping that Germany, like England beat Germany. But do you from a neutral's point of view, do you believe that England have the Germany have the firepower to beat England?
Personally, no. So basically, in a way, so if I remember the Portugal versus Germany game, Portugal just played bad.
I think there was one of their off days, but still they went on to score 2 goals. So that is Portugal for you.
But then there was like a penalty for Ronaldo. So
let's forget about that.
But the thing is, Portugal did not play well, so Germany kind of got a break. But they struggled against Hungary.
True.
They really struggled against Hungary, and it was just like their sheer motivation to go and get that goal. That's how they got the goal. But again, just thinking of like the capability of players right now and the form that they are in, I feel like Germany does not match to England. There might be a bias, but just like recent games that I've seen, they don't look their self, and it's high time Joachim. And sometimes I just feel like Joachim Low is just the shadow of who he used to be.
Yeah, possible.
Looks
but I
clueless
guess,
sometimes.
But I guess Meet, you are a German fan. Do you believe they have the depth and the strength to beat England? Like they have been scoring goals, but like the defense looks quite shaky.
I think the main issue is Goretzka was not present in initial matches because of an injury.
Yeah.
So they're missing the key guy in midfield. Another issue was their best player is playing on right wing back, that is Kimmich.
Yeah.
Their issue has been that people are exploiting the space between Ginter and Kimmich because Kimmich is not fast, although he's very good on the ball.
He's technical,
you-
yes.
Yeah, so if you look the first two matches, both of the goals came from the space that it is being exploited between Ginter and Kimmich,
Yeah,
because Kimmich is slow and Ginter is also slow.
yeah.
So in the first match, I think it was uh, uh,
Against France.
I, again France. Mbappe exploited that
Yeah,
space,
I think he was
and
unlucky to score that. Unlucky for the goal to go offside, right? That's one. That's the
yeah,
one. Are you talking about? Yeah, yeah,
yeah. And the second one was in the Portugal. Jota was doing the same thing.
yeah.
So
Meet, I have a question for you.
hmm,
Do you think the center back pairing is good enough?
I
Hinter
think
Hummels.
they could change Ginter. They should change Ginter, because I am not sure Ginter is the right player to have it.
And
Uh,
from what I remember,
but
Joachim Low somehow has persisted with Hinter. Like he hasn't played the best football even for his club, I must say, and
but
yet he gets picked pretty frequently for the German squad.
the issue is Nicolas Sule was out since years due to ACL.
Mm-hmm.
So that's also one of the reason that Hummels was picked.
Guys,
Otherwise, Hummels was in the reckoning.
I guess, guys, we make to make it quick because the Zoom timer is like 10 minutes now. So
Okay. Okay. So I think if you have to pick the only if you have to pick three players for Germany, I would say Cruz, Kimmich, and I would say
Gosens,
Gosens. Yep, he has
yeah,
been really good. So
Gosens
I
is
think
like, yeah, but I guess Kimmich is still one of the like Kimmich is their glue between attack and midfield, and they really need him to like be there
I think
all the time.
I think their weakness is lack of prolific striker.
Yeah, that is true.
That
They're lucky that they have Kai Havertz right now in decent form, so they're getting some goals here and there from him.
yep.
Uh,
Uh,
we quickly,
we
yeah,
yep.
go ahead. Yeah, we quickly move
Yep.
to the reigning world champions, France. They haven't looked like world champions to me, if you personally ask. But maybe that's because they are like a difficult group, and now since they face Switzerland, maybe we'll see the real world champions within them. So, what are your thoughts?
I think France is not the same that was at World Cup,
Yeah,
because I think they are defensively not that sound that they were during the World Cup.
true.
And another thing is the wingers are the formation that he is playing is not
Ideal.
the same that he was using in World Cup.
Yeah, but I,
So
I
I
guess
think
I guess unfortunately for us Liverpool fans, we have to agree that Paul Pogba has been like one of the best players in these
I
tournaments so
think
far.
he feels comfortable with Kante.
Yeah,
So when Kante is there, Kante covers up most of the things, so he is free to play his natural game.
yes. Even Benzema's
So
hit form, right, Roshan?
yep. So I think the thing Manchester United are trying to unlock Pogba since ages.
Yes,
They
France
might
has
want to
already done
sign
that.
Kante.
Yeah,
Yeah, I think the key to unlock Pogba is sign Kante.
yeah. So
But the other thing is though, like Pogba does well when he does not have to think about tracking back and defensive
yeah,
work.
because I guess that's what
That's
Mead said, right? Because Kante does
yeah,
all the dirty work for him.
yeah. And
And
and yeah, I think the general consensus is true in a way that they don't look like the 2018 World Cup
yeah,
winning
true.
team for the moment.
I have a theory. That's because Kylian Mbappe isn't in form right now. He doesn't look threatening in front of goal, if that's the
I
right word.
think
I'm
that
not
is mainly because of his position. Because if you look
Yeah,
at
playing
Benzema is
deeper.
playing,
Yeah,
he's playing more of a winger role. But if you want to really use Mbappe, use him centrally.
so
So
do you still think
personally,
he's one
I
of
would
their key players?
change their formation from they are presently playing more of a 4-3-1-2.
Yeah.
So basically, Griezmann is playing behind Benzema and Mbappe. What I would do is I would just change it to 4-4-2 and just play Griezmann and Mbappe up front instead of Benzema. Or let's say just don't play
Yeah.
Griezmann, play extra midfielder and play Mbappe and Benzema up front. So
Yeah,
I would,
that can work out. Yeah.
in trying to play Griezmann, Mbappe and Benzema all together, they are not looking like the same team they were.
We have 5 minutes left on our timer. Should we talk about Spain, or do you want to straightforward go into the predictions now?
We can quickly talk about Spain. Yeah.
Do you want to talk
Yeah.
about Spain quickly?
Yeah, quickly just wrap.
Yep.
Yeah,
Spain,
I guess Spain on the other hand, like they did score 5 against Slovakia to qualify for the group in the first place, but they struggled. They struggled to find form. I think Morata's the one who is taking all the blame.
Again, their striking is not that their
Yeah,
Achilles heel.
I get.
But
Yeah,
surprisingly, there like generally Spain always has a good striker or good strikers in a tournament, but this tournament they just feel like they don't have any.
yeah.
Yep.
And even midfielders are not scoring, like Sarabia and
But I think in the first two matches they were missing Busquets because he was out due to COVID.
Yeah.
And,
I think he's that one like defensive midfielder kind of. He's like their version of Kante, who will do all the dirty work for the more flamboyant players.
Pedri looks pretty strong.
Yeah.
He has Pedri has been really.
Yeah, I was going to include him anyway. Do you think Busquets is one of the players?
I think Laporte has looked really strong for him.
Yeah.
He has been a stable guy for
even
him. And
even Gerard Moreno has looked good.
Yep.
So we quickly will now run down the. We'll just predict the winner, who is going to win all the ties, and we'll finally conclude to one winner. So just one word answers, guys. Belgium or Portugal?
Portugal.
Meet.
Portugal.
Yeah, Portugal for me as well. Italy, Austria. I guess everyone will be
Italy. Yeah.
Yeah, we'll say Italy. France and Switzerland. Meet. Any Shaqiri magic? No. Okay. Croatia, Spain. This is going to be a
Croatia.
I'll say Spain. Yeah, I'll say Spain.
Spain. Okay.
We quickly move to Denmark and Wales, which is the game, which is the first round of 16 clash.
This is hard.
Yeah.
But I'll say Denmark.
Yeah, even I'll say Denmark.
I'm going with Wales, basically.
Oh,
the Bale magic.
It's like majority, and who are saying Denmark? Like me and Roshan are saying Denmark.
Go with majority. You go with majority.
Okay, so we'll go with Denmark here. I guess Netherlands, Czech is Netherlands.
Yep. Netherlands. Yeah.
Czech could surprise, but I think Netherlands will go through.
I guess this will come down to me because one will say England, one will say Germany. And I'll pick Germany as well.
Okay. Nah.
Yeah, sorry, Roshan. Sorry.
No, I mean, yeah, it's absolutely fine.
Sweden, Ukraine?
I think Sweden are in good form compared to Ukraine because Sweden are scoring freely. So I would go with Sweden because they're scoring very freely.
Yeah, even I was planning to go for Sweden. What about you, Roshan? Like it's already decided that Sweden.
Yeah, no. Emil Forsberg and Isaac have been really, really good.
We come to the quarterfinals now. We have just 2 minutes left. So Portugal, Italy.
Italy.
Yeah. I guess France versus Spain is France.
France.
Yeah.
Netherlands, Denmark. Yeah. Go ahead.
Netherlands.
And
of course,
Germany. Yeah.
Semi-final time.
So it is between Italy and France.
Yeah.
I think this is
Italy.
I would go with Italy on form, but it could go either way. But I am going with form, but it could go either way.
I guess let's just put Italy and Germany.
No, I think Netherlands.
Yeah.
Thanks. Thank you very much. And I'll say we go with Italy as our eventual winners.
Eventual winners, yeah.
Yeah. Sorry to make it go quick, but thank you, Meet and Roshan. And please let us know your winners in the comments as well. And I guess we'll see you guys pretty soon. Thank you.
Bye.